Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys. So, yesterday wasn't much fun at all. All right, free picks, guys. We ended up going 1-3, and overall for the day, I ended up going 2-7, which is absolutely brutally ugly. Yesterday again. You know what? Look, I'm not going to go back over every single game. I'll point out a couple things, but the reality is, going through some of these games is just disappointing, I think was the only way to describe yesterday. Green Bay, I put more time into that game than probably any game in the last month, and, probably too much time. And it's super upsetting when you see a game where you believe you have so much value in a game, and ultimately you fall short. But I mean, that it is sports betting. I know it's kind of cliche, but it's disappointing. There's certain games that I really, really like, and everything that I see in the game points one direction, and it doesn't work out, and it's disappointing. The amount of time I put in. I don't always tell you guys. Last week, maybe week and a half, I've been putting 15, 16-hour days in. I'm not just going back over my games. I'm going back over every game, because there's systems. Like, if you guys saw my post on Instagram, I post a system on Instagram. I think it had over 4,000, maybe even 5,000 games on it, hitting 55%. And this is a consistent system. If you see this, it basically just, a little bit of loss, a little bit of wins. And anyway, I never had a losing season. It just, it cranks out its 55%. It's super reliable. When you look at it this year, it's like hitting in mid 40% range. And there's other systems like that too. So, it's going back and trying to understand, if it's a fundamental change or short-term change. And as I said before, I believe it's short-term. When we look at some of the other games yesterday, look, we had a great situation, Toronto, Calgary. Great situation for us. We had two backup goaltenders going in this game, and despite being announced out, Austin Matthews ended up playing in the game. 65 shots pelted on backup goaltenders, and they couldn't even get to 6. Empty net, end of the game, had some chances, couldn't do it. And then so I was done with football yesterday. I really couldn't watch another second, and I'm watching the Charlotte-Orlando game because we got the under 215 in that game, and it's close. It's close. I mean, towards the end, it looks like we're gonna get it, and I'm watching that game, and this, honestly, to be honest, this kind of put me at ease a little bit, because I was frustrated. I really was frustrated, especially about that Green Bay game. I get frustrated is not even the word. I was outright upset. And that doesn't happen to me often in sports betting. Really, it doesn't. I do not get emotional over sports betting. So I'm watching the Charlotte game, guys, and look, we're going to get the under. So it's at least that. It salvages an otherwise ugly, ugly day. So at least let's get that locked down. And we're up 3 points. We're shooting free throws. A few seconds left on the clock, so we got this. And Bismack Biyombo misses both free throws, and Orlando comes down the other way and smashes a 3-ball, and it's a tie game with 8 seconds left. And I literally got up out of my chair, I pointed at my TV, and I said, "I don't have time for your shit." I don't know what that means, but that's what I did. I pointed at the TV and I said, "I don't have time for your shit." I literally have no idea, but I made myself laugh, and they ended up hitting a buzzer beater, so we got the win there. And crazy. So anyways, look, guys, I want you to know I'm working hard. I really am working hard. It's not, it isn't. It's not just me. Go around, watch some of the other, the sharps and stuff, Wager Talk. They're on there, talk about yesterday. They're having losing Januaries. There's a number of things going on, but fundamentally deep down, guys, the main thing, favorites are covering, public teams are covering. That is the reality of what's happening. This happened last January. Again, do I think, hey, is this something that's going to happen every January? Let's start smashing public. No, because, for so many previous years, it didn't happen. And January had been a good month. I've looked at, my college basketball numbers from January. Look at, 2015, 2016, good numbers, right? I mean, I had a few blips in the past in NBA, over a few months here and there. But again, the college basketball has always stayed fairly steady. But anyways, so look, at the end of the day, guys, we just keep doing what we're doing, okay? We pick what has worked long term. We do not make any fundamental changes, but we continue to monitor these situations, okay? That's what we do in sports betting. So, I know that, the better part of a 2 week downturn, or 2.5, maybe 3 week downturn now, I don't know. But, we instinctually, I think we want to say, okay, we have to make changes. We have to right the ship. We have to do this. We have to do that. At the end of the day, I mean, the correct move really is to, continue to do our thing. And, I liken it to, Olympic rowers and stuff like that. And, I watched an interview one time, like years and years ago with, I forget, I don't know, the two guys that row, the Olympic row. And one guy said, was talking about like being out of sync and pushing too hard and stuff like that. And it kind of resonated with me a little bit, because what his reference is they were huge favorites. They lost a few races leading up to the Olympics. And now they're talking about, how they got to row in the Olympics. And they said the reason, that they were continuing to lose is because they were losing, they were pushing too hard, and they were getting outside their comfort zone, and they were going out of sync because they were trying too hard. So the reality is, when you get into these situations, the best thing you can do is to remain calm and stay in sync and continue to do what you've done, right? And at the same time, guys, you want to identify, and you want to keep a close eye on all your systems, on how these games are performing. And I will continue to go back, not only over my games, but over all the games, until we can get this straightened out and figured out. And that's pretty much all you can do. But you don't deviate from what has worked for 16 plus years, right? So anyways, let's get cracking, guys. I have a total of 8 plays. I'm going to go 4 and 4. Free picks, I have 3 NBA plays and a college basketball play. Masterclass, I have 4 additional college basketball plays for you guys. So let's get cracking. All right. First off, guys, we are going to go with Detroit plus 6.5. Okay, we're going to take Detroit plus 6.5. We have 2 steam and a reverse line move on this game. I have a system indicator and fairly nice money distribution. So 35% of bets, 69% of money. I'm not a huge fan of betting NBA games where the money is over 50%, but a couple situations today where, again, there are a fair amount of steam bets, and reverse line move, I got system indicators on it. So again, clearly the public on the other side. So again, I don't mind that. This line has fallen from 7 down to 6.5. So we'll take Detroit plus 6.5 as well. So yeah, I mentioned the money distribution, 35% of bets, 69% of money. So 2 steam, reverse line move, decent enough money distribution, and a system indicator. Detroit plus 6.5. All right, same game, second pick, guys. Philly and Detroit, we are going to go under 217.5. Okay, so under 217.5. Again, similar situation with the money distribution. It's early. I expect this will even out a little bit. We have 22% of bets, 64% of money on the under. So very contrarian on the under, but lots of money on the game. So we definitely some sharp action. Couple different steam bets and reverse line moves on this game. So again, Detroit, Philly under 217.5. And our final NBA game is night game, guys. Minnesota and Golden State, and they're all night games. This is a later game. Minnesota, Golden State going over 227. So line is up from 226. Couple steam bets, and it is a nice contrarian play here, guys. So, although it's not registered specifically, we are seeing, being contrarian play and watching that line move go up. We're seeing a reverse line move. So, yeah, Minnesota, Golden State over 227.5. And on to college basketball in what can only be described as the college basketball game of the century, the game we've all been waiting for, guys, which is Alcorn State versus Alabama A&M. Not really. This is one of those games, guys. This is an added game, okay? So an added game. And we are going to take the over in this game. We're going to go over 141. Now, being an added game, guys, the books are not always completely in sync, and you can find some value. So specifically to this game, guys, please shop around your lines. You should always shop your lines anyways. Like, it's your, I was going to say 2020. It's 2021, guys. Get a couple browser window, get a couple monitors, right? Have a few books up here and have a few books there. I mean, the worst thing can happen is you're going to look really professional doing it, right? But it does serve a purpose, guys. You can quickly monitor lines at multiple different books, or get a software that just tells you what all lines are at different books, so you don't have to do that. But in this specific game, guys, we're going to go, I'm putting my bet in at 141, okay? But there's 140.5 out there, and there's 140 out there, okay? Accessible to a fair amount of people, guys. There's a lot of 140.5s, and there's a fair amount of 140s. However, a couple popular books are up to 141, so that's what I'm going to put my bet in at. But you should be able to get 140.5 or possibly even 140, okay? So Alcorn State and Alabama A&M, 3 different steam bets, guys. Reverse line move. I'm going to tell you the money distribution and tell me how nice this sounds. 21% of bets, 48% of money. Doesn't that sound nice? So, again, look, it's not the perfect money distribution, guys, but hey, when we get in college basketball and we see that kind of money distribution, still a contrarian money distribution. We're seeing steam, reverse line moves. So there's not a whole lot not to like. And the game of the century, guys, the game of the millennium, which is Alcorn State and Alabama A&M. Yeah. Clearly an added game. So that is it for us today, guys. Look, keep your chin up. You know, this is sports betting, right? You know, I talk about when we go through the win streaks, guys, I say, hey, you know, one day, this is one day. All right, guys. So no worries. We're going to get this straightened out and we'll go from there. Okay. So thank you, guys. And as always, have a very lucky day.